Hi everyone, and welcome back to another week of What's for Dinner. So today is super exciting because I am collabing with one of my favorite YouTubers who does What's for Dinner videos, and that's my friend Holly over at Hey Mom, What's for Supper. So I will leave a link to her channel in the description box down below. I would love it if you would go and check out her channel and watch her videos and subscribe to her channel because she does great What's for Dinner videos. She's funny, she does grocery hauls, and she is just a really wonderful all around YouTuber. So please go and show her some love and subscribe to her channel. And if you're coming over here from her channel, thank you so much for coming by. I would love it if you would stick around and watch my What's for Dinner videos and subscribe to my channel and watch my other videos, which includes couponing and all kinds of stuff. So thanks so much for coming over, and thank you so much for watching our videos, and thank you so much to Holly for collabing with me. I really appreciate it, Holly. So let's get started on What's for Dinner. For dinner tonight on Monday, I'm making 3-sauce pasta. So I'm going to use the whole grain penne pasta. I really like whole grain pasta a lot. And I have some pesto warming up and some Alfredo. I don't have the marinara yet. I've got to go get it out of the cupboard. And I have my water coming up to a boil for the pasta. And we're also going to have garlic bread and salad. So that's what's on the menu tonight for dinner. And here it is, all plated up, 3-sauce pasta. It's a great meatless Monday dish. And here's our salad with cucumber, tomato, red onion, and Kalamata olives, and the garlic bread, and the 3-sauce pasta with the Alfredo, pesto, marinara, sprinkled with some Parmesan-less Parmesan cheese. I'm having milk. So yeah, happy Monday, everyone. For dinner tonight on Tuesday, we're having leftover 3-sauce pasta, salad, garlic bread, and I'm drinking milk. And yes, we have the romantical candlelight. Happy Tuesday. For dinner tonight on Wednesday, I'm going to make Salisbury steak. So I'm starting out with some sliced onions that I'm going to saute on low for about 10 or 15 minutes, just till they get nice and cooked. I'm going to add some beefless burgers to the onions after a while and get those heated through. I've also got some potatoes, so I'm going to be making mashed potatoes. These are just cut up potatoes and water. After they get cooked and tender, I'll mash them. And some green beans, because I do love green beans with my mashed potatoes. And also, after the steaks get done, as I call them steaks. They're beefless burgers, but I call them steaks. So after they're done and heated through, I will add the mushroom gravy, and we will have Salisbury steak, mashed potatoes, green beans, and leftover crescent rolls from a few nights ago for dinner. And here it is, Salisbury steak, mashed potatoes, garlic mashed potatoes, and green beans. And oh, there's leftover crescent rolls. So yeah, happy Wednesday. Don't drop it. For dinner tonight, I'm going to be making one of our favorite springtime meals, and it's chicken artichoke stuff. So I'm going to need chicken, sour cream, artichokes, and green onions. And I'm going to drain the artichokes, put them in the bottom of the pan, put the chicken on top, put some dollops of sour cream, sprinkle the onions on, and we're also going to be having that with long grain and wild rice and steamed asparagus. And here it is all in the pan. So I put the artichoke hearts on the bottom, And I put in the chicken strips, and then I put dollops of sour cream all around and sprinkled it with chopped green onions. And also I sprinkled it with about a teaspoon of tarragon and a teaspoon of paprika. And then I drizzled a little bit of the reserved marinade on top of it. So now I'm going to put it in the oven and bake it at 350 for about 45 minutes, and it'll be done. You could also use raw chicken if you are a meat eater and you prefer to use chicken. That's what I used before I became a plant-based eater. I used raw chicken, and it will cook in there. Now this chicken is fully cooked, but it still needs about 45 minutes to get good and hot. So I'll show it to you when it comes out of the oven. And while that's in the oven cooking, we will start the rice and get that going. This will take about 25 minutes to cook. And I turned on the asparagus because it takes a while to get warm and steamed up. So yeah, I'll show you dinner when it's all ready and on the plate.
So all cruises for 60 days, Viking Cruises follow suit.
And here it is on the plate. I will leave a link in the description box below to the recipe video that I filmed a while ago. I'll also put it up here in the iCards. So this is the chicken artichoke stuff, one of our absolute favorite spring meals. It goes perfectly with yummy spring asparagus and long grain and wild rice. And we also have some springtime crescent rolls to go with it. And yeah, happy whatever day today is. Yes, happy Thursday. So thanks so much for watching. For dinner tonight, on Saturday night, we're going to have kraut and hot dogs. Only these are the vegan Beyond, no, they're not Beyond, they're the Light Life Italian sausages. So I'm going to slice them up, I'm going to saute them in the pan, and when they get browned, I'm going to add a can of sauerkraut. This is one of my most favorite meals in the whole world. And we're also going to have some black-eyed peas, which are in the pan warming up, and also some steamed carrots and broccoli, and I will add yellow squash and zucchini after they get more steamed. And we also have some leftover corn muffins that we're going to use up, and also some garlic, cracked black pepper, garlic roasted taters in the oven. So it's going to be really good dinner tonight. So come on. Sometimes I don't want to work. There, I'd like to do that one then. So get that going. This is browning up really nicely. These are already fully cooked and they're not raw meat anyway, but they're nice to be, it's nice to get them browned up and hot. I love sauerkraut. And you can make this if you're not a vegetarian and you do eat meat, you can make this with regular sausage, or you can use hot dogs, because that's what Mama always used, was just regular hot dogs when I was little. And this was one of my favorite dinners, so I'm excited. And here it is, the kraut and sausages, black-eyed peas, cracked black pepper, garlic roasted potatoes, steamed broccoli, carrots, yellow squash and zucchini. Now, when I was little and Mama made it, she did fried potatoes in a skillet on top of the stove, but these are the ones that I roast in the oven. So, but they taste really good, and they're close to the fried ones. And then for some freshness, we have some sliced fresh tomato and red onion. That's always good with your black-eyed peas. And here's my half of a corn muffin, so yeah. And I'm having milk for my dinner tonight, so happy Saturday, everyone. Sauerkraut Saturday. Oh yeah. Happy Sauerkraut Saturday. For dinner tonight on Sunday, we're going to have some bean soup. So right now, early in the morning, I'm putting on beans in the crock pot. I should have soaked them last night, but I did not. But it's okay, you don't have to soak them. So I've got white beans, which are navy beans. I've got pinto beans, red beans, and a few black beans. So these are going to cook on high for about 4 or 5 hours, and then I'm going to put in the vegetables, which include onions, carrots, celery, and celery. And once the beans are softened, I'll put in a can of tomatoes, and I have some ham deep in my freezer that I'm going to pull out and I'm going to use. Now I know I use mostly plant-based items, but these are hard times and we have to use what we have. So that ham needs to be used up, so I'm going to use it, and I'll show it all to you when it gets cooking along in the crock pot. Alright, the beans have been cooking about 3 or 4 hours, and I'm scraping the onion in. When you're scraping things from your cutting board, do not put your knife down like that and scrape. You're dulling your knife. Turn it over and scrape with the non-cutting side. So I put onions in. Now I'm going to put the celery and carrots. Also, while I'm preparing this, I'm also making lunch with our leftover sauerkraut from last night. So there was no bread at the store, so I got tortillas, so I'm making some Reuben wraps. I've got the sauerkraut and sausage mixture in a tortilla with some Swiss cheese. You can use regular Swiss cheese if you have it. And I'm going to toast it up on this griddle, get it all nice and hot and melty, and that's going to be our lunch. Now, I'm about to cut the celery, but I just want to give you a money-saving tip that Mama gave me a long time ago. Mama said, when you're cutting up your celery, do not cut off that much of it and discard that. You're just wasting all that good celery. Just need to cut a tiny little bit off the end. You don't need to cut like this much. So you just cut a tiny bit and then chop all this up. This is all good stuff down here that goes good in your soup. So that's what I'm going to do, is chop the celery up and the carrots. I have a big mess going on here because I'm doing lunch and dinner. I'm going to chop these carrots and put those in the soup. I also have some cabbage that I had left over from when I made fishless fish and chips a week ago, and so I'm just going to add that also because that's a good vegetable, good green vegetable to have, and it needs to be used up, and cabbage in soup is fantastic. Here's my ham bone that I got out of the freezer. It's really kind of big. It's not going to fit in my crock pot, so I hacked and sawed and got as much of the meat off of it as I could, and this is what I'm going to put in my crock pot, and I will save this for another meal because, as I said, it's hard times, and if you have things in your freezer, now's the time to use them up. It is freezer burnt and a couple of years old, but it's still plenty good for soup. So here we go into the crock pot. I was going to give this a couple years ago when I went plant-based. I was going to give this ham hock to my daughter who lives in Arizona, but it just never worked out that she could carry it back. When she would come visit, it'd be the middle of summer and there's no way it could make it back even in an ice chest, so that's why I still have it. So we're just going to use it up. So I'll show you dinner when it's all ready. And here it is, all steamy and hot. Ham bean soup, This is great if you have some leftover ham in the freezer from Christmas, and if you get any leftover ham from Easter this year. So we're also having corn muffins that I made, hot fresh corn muffins, and salad with cucumbers, little yellow tomatoes, Kalamata olives, and red onions. So I don't have anything to click. I don't have my drink yet. But anyway, happy Sunday.